warming up. I'm on my lunch break. I figured I'd just talk about a couple little things. I don't want to say tips or tricks or anything like that, but maybe even regrets or thoughts on how I would do things a little bit different. You see, I had to dig these footers all by hand, and it was pretty strenuous work. And not being a mason, I had a lot of reservations about stepping my footers, and I still do, honestly, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing this quite right. To be perfectly honest, I'm a little nervous, and that is why I like to say that what I'm doing right now is not a how-to video. It is how I do video. So with that in mind, I just want to say that, like I mentioned, one possible regret, I don't know if it's going to be a regret yet, but it was my choice to do the stepping. Now, if I was a professional mason and I'd lay footers for a living, honestly, that's the way that they would probably tell you to do it. That's the way that a professional would do it in most instances, because you save a lot of material, and really you're wasting concrete if you were to, have to put, say, 2 more runs of mason blocks just so that you can have a level footer. To some degree, it's more digging, it's more work, and it's a lot of block that ends up being very deep into the ground, and it might not be worth it. That is definitely one thing that is weighing on my mind, is did I do the right thing? I feel like I did. I won't know until I really start laying the blocks. Another thing that, honestly, this might be a tip. It's the way that I do it, and I find it to be quite useful. When I'm mixing concrete bags, what I'll do is I'll lay one bag on the floor, and then I'll put my concrete mix bucket, you might be able to see back there. I lay that down at an angle so that basically if my concrete bag is on the floor, my bucket is sort of tilted. And the reason why I do that is because when you pour the water into it, the water likes to run to the bottom. And it allows me to easily just keep pulling the water up, let it run down, pull it up, let it run down, and I keep doing that, and it's almost like a mixer. And it's a lot easier, I think, anyways, than having to constantly push and pull and then walk to the other side and then pull and then walk to the other side and pull. No, you just stand in one place and you let the gravity slide the concrete down as you kind of pull the water up, and then you just keep mixing it that way. Another thing that I do is I only use the 50-pound bags. Honestly, I see a lot of people, especially on YouTube, I see a lot of people grabbing the 80-pound bags. It's not worth it, man. It's not. I did the math, and you save, per pound, you save it's a fraction of a penny. It's like 0.01 cents or something. So like, you'd have to get like 100 bags to have that 180-pound bag pay for itself, which I guess, yeah, good for you, brother. You saved like $5. I wonder what the medical bill costs for your back when you're done with that job. So I always grab the 50-pound bags. I don't like grabbing the 80-pound bags. It's not worth it. You just tear your body up trying to drag those things around. It's just not worth it. And in a roundabout way, you kind of save a little bit of money because, well, other than the hospital bill, but you can get smaller equipment, because if you're only mixing 50-pound bags at a time, you don't need that super big bucket, or you don't have to mix it in a wheelbarrow or something like that. Which honestly, I'm not really a fan of mixing in a wheelbarrow. It's just more to wash and clean, and you know, these little buckets, they clean out pretty easy. A couple splashes of water, you just kind of scrub them down. I honestly prefer mixing in these little mixer buckets over, say, like a wheelbarrow. And I definitely prefer, when you're off-grid the way that I am right now, using these buckets over, say, trying to get a concrete mixer out here, especially when I'm doing such small batches. Remember, I can only carry about 25 bags, roughly about 1,200-ish pounds in the back of this truck safely. That's just not enough concrete to justify breaking out a big concrete mixer, and then when you're done with that tiny batch of concrete, somehow find a way to hose it down even though there's no water out here. So it's not worth it for me to do that, you know. Get a little workout, mix a few bags of concrete. That's the way I do it. I'm not saying it's the way you have to do it. Anyways, I guess that's pretty much it. I figured I'd make this quick video just to talk about a couple of things that I'm doing, some concerns that I have. As you know already, I have my rain catchment system, and that's what I'm using to mix my concrete. I am not doing any dry pours out here. Don't do dry pour footers. This is all wet concrete that's going down. All right, as always, you guys, be good. I'll see you on the next one.